The views on this program do not reflect those of ONTV or its board of directors. Welcome to Oaa Now, your home for Oakland Activities Association news and information. Here's your host, Sammy Taramina.
Welcome to Oaa Now. Here I'm Sammy Taramina, blogger of Inside the OAA, blogger of the Dragons Insider, and one of the hosts between Terminas and Orion Neighborhood Television. I'd like to welcome our friends hearing us on the local voice on SoundCloud and those watching on Orion Neighborhood Television. I got Ian Locke here this week. Of course, we were together at the regional track meet on Friday.
Yeah, that was quite the event. The weather participated in a good way for us, and we made it through how many hours?
About 4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah.
It was longer for me because I was in the discus area.
Yep, and we were over there setting up about 9 a.m., so it was a 12,
Long
13-hour day. It was a long day, but boy, did we see some runs. Wow.
We got
Crazy stuff.
We got some recaps on that for track and field. Of course, there were 4 of them we covered. Of course, Madison Heights Lamphere. You got Dearborn Divine Child, and then Farmington, and then the one at Lake Orion.
Yeah.
Let's go to our main story. And this one occurred over the weekend.
It deserves it, Sammy.
My goodness. Pontiac football coach, new football coach of Pontiac, Ken Wade, was in the Oakland County Jail for violating probation. Wade was sentenced to 14 days. This is according to the Oakland Press article writer Eileen Wingblad. He was charged in 2010 with having in possession of narcotics, paraphernalia, and driving on a suspended license. He pled guilty to the charge, was sentenced to probation, to which he violated in 2011. And then Wade recently failed to appear as ordered for his probation violation, and then multiple bench warrants were issued.
So the probation violation was when again?
It was on, I believe, April the 4th.
April the 4th of this year.
Okay. He pled guilty to that. And on May 14th, Wade was sentenced to originally serve 90 days in jail, but Judge Lisa S. Dorian of the 52nd 3rd District Court in Oakland County gave him the option of serving less time if he settled the balance of his fines and fees associated with the original convictions. And it cost him $2,100 and 14 days in jail, according to the court records that were obtained by the Oakland Press. Wade is scheduled to be released from the Oakland County Jail on May 25th. And here's the thing, and this one's, to me, this is sad.
So
really sad.
Okay. This is going to go beyond just the coach losing his job. I'm assuming he's losing his job. Right?
Right.
From Pontiac.
Right.
I worked in a school district for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
You've worked for the school district here in Lake Orion
I've done very
probably longer than that, and volunteering and all that stuff. Nobody sets foot on a campus or in a classroom where children are involved without extensive background check. State police, fingerprinting. You don't get a job offer until it comes clean on your job application. Heck, my wife is signing up to be a chaperone and help with transportation at her school district with some honor students going down to Oakland University, and we had to fill out a 3-page form wanting to know more information than what I had to put on my application for a mortgage. So somebody dropped the ball big time on this. One being the coach, or former coach, or potentially former coach. But in the school district, how do you let a convicted individual, right? He pled guilty.
Yes.
Right? So you are convicted. Around children that you're supposed to have a leadership role. What is a football coach? I mean, it's one of the most high-profile leaders in the school. And you're like, well, the good football coaches or the great football coaches, which we know that are in OAA, have been around a long, long time, are the ones to instill proper actions. You go to school, you treat your fellow citizens properly, and you just do what's right, right? And you work hard, and they instill a sense of purpose, and and then you bring this in, somebody in like this that is convicted to be
Here's the
around
thing.
children. Go, how does it get past
Here's the thing.
the stopgaps? I mean, there's stopgaps.
Here's the thing. I mean,
Unbelievable.
here's the thing. We don't know.
Sammy, I'm sorry. I'm more upset with the Pontiac school district
And
that didn't filter this out.
rightfully so. Rightfully so. I mean, this is hard to explain because
You got that right.
this is really, really hard to explain.
You almost can't.
You feel numb. You feel numb. You feel speechless. I mean, this you got to look at with the coaching search. You know what I mean? You got to look at the search and was background checks provided? Was it provided for Pontiac?
It is standard.
It's standard.
We do it here at ONTV.
It's standard.
It is, especially in a school district. I mean, there's quite a bureaucracy inside a school district for good reason. There's all these different rules they have to follow. There's state mandates. There's all these different things that they have to follow. And one of them, safety for children and the exposure to whoever they're exposed to is of the utmost importance, correct? Now, I'm not saying that this individual could have been, a danger to the kids or whatever. I said, but if you make mistakes in your life and you're convicted of them, there's certain things you have to agree, yeah, I cannot do any longer. Right?
Yeah.
There's certain things that are taken away. And this is one thing. I'm
It's
stunned.
shocking.
I'm
It's
stunned
shocking.
that it got this far. I mean, we were so happy to say, hey, they found somebody. Maybe he'll stick. This would be good for him because you want the best.
You want
for
the
all
best
those
for those kids.
All the Phoenix, man. We're huge fans of Pontiac. And they're coming back. I mean, the city's coming back. The school's, getting on solid footing now, right? Kids are, wouldn't we say attendance went up in Pontiac?
It did because they're now they're going to be going up to Division I again.
Which is
Which
great.
is great.
It's a great sign.
It's a great
They're
sign.
coming back. Rebuild them up, right? Oh, we're huge fans. And to say
to see this.
an HR person go, how did I miss this? Well, the AD too. I mean, the athletic director's I would say they have some questions to answer. Because if they're conducting the interview, what's the process? Does that mean everybody goes through the same process now over at
We
Pontiac?
don't know.
It
We
doesn't
don't-
seem like it.
We don't know.
I'm just stunned.
I know.
Of all the things.
We got to talk.
It's just crazy.
I feel bad for these kids.
I do
what
too.
I mean?
I do too.
I feel bad for these kids because here's a football program that has went 5-48 since 2012, and
Yeah.
I thought, we don't know what's going to happen with the review. We don't know what's going to happen now. Pontiac's superintendent found out about this on May 15th.
If she found out on May 15th, it's too late. Because I just see it as this is the optics of this is so poor. I mean, we've seen less do coaches in,
Right.
We've seen less.
Right.
And the optics, I mean, the community looking at this and in the paper, I mean, this is bad.
Yeah, and it's in the Oakland Press.
That means it'll be everywhere.
It's going to be everywhere.
It's just, I mean,
I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
they're gonna be looking for a new coach. That would be as a parent, if I knew this was going on, I'd be livid. I'd be very, very upset. Now, I don't know the individual. I don't know the background. But if you go black and white, yes, you're convicted of this, drug paraphernalia and whatever, unless, I don't know, man.
It's tough.
It's stunning.
It's stunning.
It is just stunning.
It's stunning, to say the least. I mean, now, Pontiac School District Superintendent Kelly
Yeah,
Williams
what did they
offered
say?
little comment,
Okay.
but she did say to Wingblad in the interview that human resources looking into this matter.
Yeah.
The communication specialist at Pontiac Schools, Latoya Smith, added that Wade is new to the district and that the Human Resource Department handles the background checks on all the prospective employees.
So
Something must have.
But what
went
does that
wrong.
tell you? That statement tells you a lot.
It does.
It says, HR, you're in trouble,
Yeah, it does.
right? It is HR, whoever's in HR that passed this through is in trouble. And, if they were doing the right thing, they would look into why this happened or how this could possibly happen.
I agree with you.
I mean,
It's mind-boggling.
on any other job, you might say, hey, okay. Well, on a job application, any job application, what do? You have to put, have you been convicted of
Yeah, if you've been
misdemeanor, have you been convicted of a felony, have you, right?
You got to put it in.
You have to put it on there. So if you put it on there, he's honest.
He's honest, yeah.
But the HR didn't do their background check, and they said, oh, okay, well, we need somebody, and there's nobody else, so we're going to, I'm assuming. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but it's like,
Don't.
you put that on there, usually it's a disqualifier for your school district. I mean, could you even get a support staff job with that on? I mean, you guys had your brother worked with the schools for some time, Anthony, right?
Mhm.
And too bad he wasn't here. He'd know because
Yeah.
he's done a variety of things with the schools, right?
Mhm.
Substitute teacher, all these different things.
Yeah.
You can't just walk in the door.
No.
You can't walk in the door. There's
No.
a reason why there's locks
Yes, I know.
and cameras.
Yep.
What's the point if you're just going to let them in the door anyway?
Mm-hmm.
It's
What's the point?
and then the kids, like you said, you're like, yeah, okay, cool. Get them a solid leader. Good. You're hoping that the people that are running the school districts are making the right decisions for the best of these kids. And like you said, the kids are going to suffer because
They're gonna
now you're like,
suffer
oh,
now.
we got somebody. Oh, no.
Now you're going
no,
to
we
be
don't.
looking for another coach. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it just does not
it does not.
help out the program.
No, it doesn't. And it doesn't help the school district out. It doesn't help the community out. It doesn't help the, it's just
It's just, no.
It's just another shot in the arm.
Yeah.
And it's a tough pill to swallow.
Correct. And the one thing, too, about this is I'm glad they caught it because has this happened before? Is it continuing? Having convicted felons in your school district, this is something that the parents should say, hey, you better have a report on this and be clear. They said this is an anomaly. This is a one-off. This is just an oversight. We missed something or something. They have to be very upfront and open about this because, sometimes you say, we look at sports and we talk about all the time. We talk about it as entertainment and fun and good experience for the kids to learn real life lessons, right? You're playing sports,
I agree.
working with others, working in a team, fighting through adversity. How do you handle success? All the different things that you would experience in life as you progress,
Mhm.
right? And sometimes sports, we say, takes too much importance in our lives, right? Especially in the high school level. You got
Correct.
kids transferring because this
Right.
coach is there and
Right.
all these new rules and all this stuff because sports, as opposed to my education.
Right.
Could this be an instance of sports above all else? Right?
I don't know.
But you know what I mean? Those are
Yeah, I
questions
know
that
what you mean.
have to be looked
They
at.
have to be looked at. I agree
But
with
it's one of those sports above all else? I hope not.
I agree.
Because, man, oh, man. What a Monday. Just coming in. I'm upset, as you can tell. I'm sorry.
We're gonna keep an eye on. We're gonna keep an eye on this
Yeah,
situation.
I don't
to
want
see
to
what
monopolize the
happens.
conversation.
We're gonna
Sam,
keep an
sorry.
eye on this situation.
Crazy.
on them inside the OA on the blog and also on the on our podcast. We're
Yeah.
keeping an eye on the situation. What's going on at Pontiac? We got more breaking news now, and this is on a brighter note. This is-
I need some good news. Here we go.
Rochester Adams is the new boys basketball coach again.
Hey,
Name is Jared Thomas.
2 coaches in 2 weeks.
Yes, takes over for Nate Ebola. Of course, we talked about what he did last week. I mean, my goodness.
Well, he stepped down and
Yeah, he put a complete 360 on him.
Yep.
Now Ebola, of course. Now I'm with Thomas. He coaches he coached at Junior Varsity at Avondale last year,
okay.
and was a longtime assistant at Oakland Christian before that. I gotta remember the AAU program he ran. I don't remember it beyond my head right now.
Okay.
But this is an interesting hire for Adams to go with Thomas. I know Thomas personally. Of course, Thomas DM my brother on Twitter announcing the move.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even recognize I didn't even hear about it until he didn't want me to post it on Twitter till he did. So he ended up
Sure.
posting on Twitter, and I just posted on the blog. So
Yeah.
I think this is a good hire for Adams. I think it's an interesting hire for Adams because with Thomas now there, he's going to bring accountability, and this is a young guy who is thriving for an opportunity to coach. To coach. Now, Adams, on the other hand, of course, let's not forget, this has been a team that's been in midst with turmoil.
Yeah.
Going with especially with the offseason that they went through. They lose their head coach. They lose a coach who was supposed to be their head coach, and then the likely departure of 3 of their top players. So, if you're Jared Thomas, you got a heck of a challenge ahead of you.
Yeah. The positive, like you said, there's a positive. Familiar with the OAA? If you're at
That's huge.
If you're at Avondale, you can't
He knows the division.
discount that experience and knowing what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
right? Knowing the other coaches and the lay of the land and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Young coaches can be fun, right? A lot of energy,
A lot of energy. A lot of passion.
a lot of passion, a lot of time they can give to the program, right? Because we saw the previous coach for a week.
Yeah, Ebola for a week.
He rolled out because he said he wanted to spend time with his
More time with
family,
yeah,
right?
agreed.
So, which is his prerogative. Cool. We see a lot of coaches do that, stepping down, moving on, job related, whatever. It happens. That's life, right?
I think
But having a young guy,
yeah,
a lot of
I think
time
he's
to
going-
put some time in.
I think what he's going to, and here's the thing, Adams' program's in a really rough place right now because they're not only they only have, and I think it's going to be a challenge for Thomas. I think he's got to get a JV coach in there. You know what I mean? That will,
His previous coach did both jobs.
yeah, Brad Crichton did both jobs when he was there. I think that's his first job is to fix his program. Now, when you look at the players back for Adams, especially when you have players like George Siraj, you have Austin Yearsay, and then Peyton Prescorn. That's a start for you. That's a good start for you. But the question's going to be is how is the status of those 3 other guys who are possibly looking at moving out, leaving Adams.
Yeah.
But if these 3 guys stayed at Adams, then you're looking at a very good basketball team.
Yes. Yeah.
The only question I have concerns with that team would have been depth. But this Adams program has just been through so much, so much in the offseason. It's been a rocky road in this last 2 months for this basketball program.
Yeah, it's been quite up and down. Kind of crazy. But, it's not real. The thing is they're settling it now.
Yeah.
We're in May.
And that's
right?
good.
Yeah, we've seen some of the coaches coming in way late.
Mm-hmm.
I would call that even, that could be even worse,
I agree.
right? So having them in now, knowing the lay of the land, I think they're okay. But you never know. New blood coming in, you never know. It might spark the kids and, learn something new. And maybe they'll come out and smack some people in the mouth and surprise people. You don't think so? I see.
I'm not looking at. I'm not.
I see your shoulders droop, Sammy. Maybe I'm an optimist. Come on.
I like the optimism, but when I'm looking at the division they're in right now,
Yeah.
okay, you tell me if they're going to beat Farmington twice, or they're going to beat Troy twice, or they're going to beat because I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening.
Come on.
Because I think Farmington's better. I think Troy's better. I think
Even with everybody back.
even with everybody back. Well, if everybody's back, that's a whole different ballgame.
Well, that's
If
what I'm saying.
everybody's back, that's a whole different ballgame. But with the team he's got right now, I just think Adams right now, but middle to bottom of the pack. That's what I'm seeing with Adams right now. I think when you look at him, I like the Thomas hire. Young, energetic.
Yeah.
But then of course, I look at, when you look at the current coaching hires right now, you know what I mean? The current hires right now, I mean, people are going to ask me who, when you look at the top-notch hires, I mean, like, you got Joe Schroeder at Lake Orion. Now you got Jared Thomas at Adams. It tells you that the direction is going a little bit younger, you know what I mean, than in years past,
Yeah.
When you see it, Now they're still looking for coaches at Avondale and at Pontiac for boys basketball, and then girls basketball, it's Rochester. So,
Geez, Pontiac got a.
I know.
I was going to say Pontiac better have a headhunter, an official headhunter, go find somebody. Don't let HR touch it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still bitter about it, Sammy.
But
you're right, young man. It is kind of trending younger.
I agree with you.
And the good thing is that there's a lot to look forward to, man. I mean, the season coming up, you're like, boy, there's a lot.
Well, you got summer league to start.
Well, you got summer. I'm saying, like, in the OAA gets kicking again, there's going to be a lot to talk about, a lot to watch. There's a lot of storylines to take in, right?
There's every basketball team, every football team, everybody's got storylines.
Yes.
Everybody's got storylines we got to talk about. But when you look at Adams, their storyline is, can they keep everyone together? And if Thomas doesn't have those three guys there, he's going to work with what he's got.
Yep.
He's probably going to have a lot of he's probably going to have a lot of sophomores probably up on varsity, especially how young they are. But he's going to rely a lot on a guy like Peyton Prescorn, George Chirac, Austin Yearshay. All three of those guys have been starters. I think in the long haul, I think this is going to help Adams. But in the short term right now, I think they could be in line for a long year. And I'm saying because the white division this year, there are a lot of teams right now that are going to be better than Adams right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Farmington's better right now. I think Troy could be better than them right now. I think Groves could be better than them right now. Southfield, even though they just lost Cameron McEvans over there, I think Southfield's a team you got to watch. But Adams and Stony Creek, another one. I think that I think right now, what I see Adams right now, they are a middle of the pack team right now. That's what I'm seeing with Adams right now. But with Thomas there, I think if they surprise people, I'd be stunned. You would make me eat my words, wouldn't you? You would make me eat my words.
I don't make anybody eat anything they don't want to.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because I like how you squirm. It cracks me up.
How do you like the fact that I squirm?
It's funny.
Oh, my goodness.
You're very entertaining, Sam. I wouldn't be sitting in this chair if we didn't get along and you entertain me.
Yeah.
Over all the years, dude, you crack me up.
All right. Let's take a break here. We got track regional to talk about here. We could preview girls soccer because their playoffs, and lacrosse is also this week.
Wow. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot going on.
This is Lake Orion's own, the local voice. Call ONTV and get on air 248-393-1060. Let your voice be heard. Internet radio for all. Call ONTV and get on air.
This is the local voice, where you can listen to your favorite classic rock songs, as well as podcasts created by ONTV and its volunteers. If you're looking for a high school sports update show, we have Oaa Now. If you want to hear about some great movies, we have Movies for Dumb Guys. You can also create your own podcast by taking a course with us. For more information, call 248-393-1060.
Welcome back to Oaa Now. Here I'm Sammy Timmy with Ian Locke here.
Hey.
Let's talk a favorite sport of yours.
Yes.
Let's hearten your mood.
Yeah, brighten my day a little.
Let's brighten your day a little
Since
bit.
it's kind of cloudy and overcast.
Yeah. Let's recap track regionals.
Wow. What a Friday evening for track.
Well, the regional at Farmington was Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But still, what a Friday.
What a Friday.
The last 2 days were the Friday and Saturday incredible.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it before. This is the one chance that all these kids, man,
Could qualify.
get a chance to qualify for the states. It is a huge accomplishment to make it to the state finals in track and field.
Well,
It's fantastic.
Let's recap these regionals. Let's go to Division 2 first. Region 15, I was at Massachusetts Lanphier. This was a really interesting regional. Macomb, Lutheran North had some strong showings there in that regional. At the end of the day, I just thought Orchard Lake St. Mary's won the boys regional over there. It was tight, and then the girls got to figure out who won that. If you're pulling up the results,
I'm
right
trying
now.
now. You threw me a curveball. It's Region 13.
Region 15.
Region 15.
Yeah, I apologize too.
All right, I gotta.
Yeah.
I thought we were focusing on the
Division
OAA
1
guys.
Yeah, the OA teams. Yeah, we had Hazel Park and Pontiac in there.
All right, where are we at here?
Region 15 was at Massachusetts Lanphier. We're gonna go from 15, then 14, then District 10, 10, 7, 9.
Division 2.
Yeah, it was in Division 2.
Region 15.
Yep.
Sorry, this is bad dead air.
I apologize for
That's
that.
okay.
I apologize
Slow
for that.
on the internet. Okay, I got the scores. Okay, so
Orchard Lake St. Mary's won the boys.
yeah, 99.5. Close one though. Lutheran North, like you said, just Macomb Lutheran North, just 95 points. 4 points behind them.
I was surprised Macomb Lutheran North performed well. I was really surprised.
Hey, I'm not. We've seen them in action at cross-country events and that sort of thing. Great cross-country team, solid. Obviously the size of the school, not real big,
No.
but boy, they put on a show. That's for sure. Let's see.
The girls' side, I picked Chandler. I was wrong. I picked Country Day to win that regional.
On the women's?
On the guys' side.
Oh yeah, they were third, 64 points. Lanphier was 56 at fourth. Bloomfield Hills Cranbrook was fifth. What do we got? Pontiac was ninth with 37 points. And who else did we have in there? That's it.
Hazel Park.
Hazel Park on their way out of the OAA, 12th with 25 points.
And then the girls' side, I picked Harper Woods Chandler Park Academy.
Nope. Detroit Country Day.
What?
96 over Lutheran North, 91.
Where was Chandler Park?
Chandler
Academy?
Park was third, a distant third with 71 points.
Are
Yeah,
you
Pontiac
serious?
and Pontiac Notre Dame Prep almost nipped them. I had 70, so for fourth place.
Goodness, I was dead wrong.
Marion was fifth at 53. Cranbrook and Lanphier tied at 44 for sixth place. Pontiac was eighth with 41. And Hazel Park, where are they? They kind of blend in there. Do I even see them? I don't
Did
even
they
see them
score?
on there.
They didn't score?
No,
Goodness gracious.
didn't score.
I'm stunned. This is the first regional I got it wrong.
Really?
I got both projected champions wrong. I'm stunned.
Well, it depends on, like we said, you got to bring it that day, and if you don't bring it, you're toast.
I can't
Right?
believe this. Last year I was perfect. I was perfect in projecting champions.
Country Day, nah.
God.
Do you want me to go deeper
Yeah.
dive? What is it? We're only a half hour into the show. We got time.
Yeah, let's go to 14, Region 14 at Dearborn Devon Child. I think I got this one right.
Okay.
I think I got this one right. Are you?
Okay, that's D2 as well.
Yes. D2 as well.
Okay. Not helping me here.
I should have Dearborn Devon Child, but winning both of them.
D2.
Region 14.
And D2 Region 14.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Region
Yep.
14. Looks like a lot of PRs.
Yeah, Ferndale and Harrison were in here.
Okay, dun. You ready? Who'd you pick for the guys?
Dearborn Devon Child.
You are correct.
Thank you.
not only they win, but they steamrolled
Yeah, no, Harrison was second and Ferndale was third.
Yeah, but Divine Child won 93.
Goodness.
Harrison had 82. Ferndale third was 64.
I just knew they were going to blow the field away. I just knew they were going to blow that field away.
Loaded.
I mean,
no, well, what'd you say on the women's side?
I said Dearborn Divine Child.
Yeah, even bigger. Divine Child 214, Sammy.
What?
Harrison was second with 86.
What?
Yes.
You're kidding.
No. Third was Detroit Cody with 41. The rest of the field didn't score above 30. 214. That's got to be a record.
214.
Yes, and for you non-track people out there, that means they went 1-2 in virtually everything.
That means they're going to be well represented at the D2 state meet in Zeeland.
Like everybody qualified. Let me see
Dearborn Divine Child's going to be, if they're not a state champion this year, then something's wrong.
Exactly. So let's go down here. That is amazing.
They've had at least top, not only top 2 places, top 3 places.
100 meters, they got 2. They got 7 and 8, so they scored points in 7th and 8th place, but they didn't get top 2. Let's go to 200. Not dominant in the 200, but they did score points. Divine Child won the 400, went 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Goodness.
Or 3rd and 4th, 1st, 3rd, 4th in the 400 meters. 800 meters, they went 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Depends on if they made qualifying times. If it's D2, potentially.
Yeah.
So they didn't win everything, but they were like 2nd and 3rd in the 1600. 3200, they swept. Oh, well, no. They went only 6 competitors in the 3200, and they went 1 through 5. 100-meter hurdles.
What?
Yeah, 100 hurdles. They went 1st, 3rd, and 1st and 3rd. 300 meters, they won it. Elena Wilker, 48.33. Not a bad time there. Relay, they won the 4x1, the 4x2, the 4x4, and the 4x8. Shot put, they were 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Discus, they were 2nd and 3rd and 6th. High jump, they went 1-2. Nobody else competed. Is that right? Only 2 people competed in the high jump, and it was Divine Child?
What?
Long jump. They won the long jump and were 1st and 4th. That is how you stack some points. So unless they made the qualifiers, they just had them loaded in the 5, 6, 7, and 8 slots. Where's the rest of this region?
Where's the rest of this region? That's what I want to know.
How do you not have a full stable of runners going? I mean, they had 2 heats of the 400 meters, 2 heats of maybe 1 heat of the 800. Only five people ran the mile.
What?
For the girls. 6 ran the 3200.
What?
Nobody ran a distance. Crazy.
What?
What's going on? I know, that's stunning. But to score 214 points, we've been through a million regionals over the years, right? Or regionals and invitationals, and you got
214.
You got 17 teams competing or whatever, 16, and you get 214.
What?
Good for them. I mean, they came to run.
It's their home track.
Crazy.
Speechless. All right, let's go to Division 1.
Okay, what do you want to do first?
Let's
7?
go to the one at Warren. Go to the one at Warren.
Okay, which region is that?
10. Warren Mott.
10. Okay, good.
That was won by Macomb, Dakota.
Macomb, Dakota, man, they were on fire, dude. They were just looking at some of those scores. They are D1.
Yup.
Region what again?
10.
Region 10.
We had 208 teams in here, Troy and Troy Athens.
Whoa, look at all the PRs. A lot of PRs for what you would expect.
Yeah.
You should be peaking at this time of year to get in the state
Warren
meet.
Mott was dominant in the sprints. They were dominant in the boys' sprints.
All right, so what was your predictions again? You had...
I picked in the boys Chippewa Valley.
Wrong. Dakota, 114. Chippewa Valley, 102. Warren Mott, 3rd with 83. Port Huron North, 4th with 60. Eisenhower, 5th with 45. Troy, a distant 6th with 39.
I'm shocked there.
Athens, way down at 11th with only... I'm surprised at Athens. 23 points, that's it. And, yeah. But Dakota, yeah, nicely done. And on the women's side, who'd you have?
Troy,
Macomb, Dakota. 119 points.
how many did Troy have?
81.
What?
Yep, for fourth place.
81. I mean, like,
Yeah, Chippewa Valley.
Troy's normally a distance power, aren't they?
Yes, but they graduated a whole stable last year. I mean, they didn't do well at cross countries. They went from state champion to, I don't even know if they made it as a team. You know?
I'm stunned.
Yeah, Troy fourth. Athens eighth with 38.
Good showing for
And,
Athens.
Yeah, not bad. 38 points. But yeah, Chippewa Valley was second with 92. Anchor Bay, New Baltimore Anchor Bay, third with 83.5. Troy was 1 point away from a third place slot, so they're not far off, but you're 40 points behind the winner. Almost.
Here's my reaction right now. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Man, this has been
Well, things happen, dude.
proving me wrong this week.
Things have happened. Okay, so do we have any let's take a peek at some of the results. Who did well for Troy?
Yeah.
Mitch Block was 10th in the 200 meters. No, he was not.
No.
10th in the I got to remember that's the prelims.
Oh, the previous.
400 meters. Troy, hey, he had a fifth place in Cameron Toden, 52.80, nicely done. The junior was not a a PR.
What about Troy's top hurdler? Is it Palmer?
Hurdlers, let's take a peek.
Is it Lauren Palmer?
Lauren Fulcher.
Fulcher.
Okay, so 100-meter hurdles. Grace Johnson from Troy beat Fulcher. Grace Johnson's been a force this year. Grace Johnson, 14.49, very respectable time.
What?
They went 1-2 in the hurdles. Lauren Fulcher was second at 14.97. So, Grace Johnson, go Grace Johnson for Troy. And Fulcher moving on to the state finals, going to meet up with Melissa Simons
yeah.
and Maddie Eaton if she does 100 meters. I'm assuming she is. That's 4 quality OAA competitors going on to the state meet that can score. Those 4 can score.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. 300-meter hurdles. Fulcher won that. Fulcher is key in that. 43.82 was not a PR. Grace Johnson was second at 45 and 45.06.
I'm just stunned. Macomb Dakota just dominated.
Macomb Dakota. I can just scan this real quick. Macomb Dakota. Let's see.
They just dominated the sprints, I believe.
No. 200. Well, let's see. The 100 meters belong to Port Huron.
Port Huron Northern.
It just said Port Huron.
Okay, Port Huron High School.
Yep. Port Huron. Let's see. In the 200 meters, Eisenhower was first. In the 200-meter men, 400 meters, Chippewa Valley was second. Sterling Heights Stevenson was first in the 400 meters. Dakota was third. Let's see. 800 meters, Chippewa Valley won it. Eisenhower was second in the 800 meters in the men. Port Huron North, Troy was third. Liam Kelly, way to go. 2:01.16. Let's see, the 1,600 meters, Dakota won the mile.
Okay, I think I might know where Dakota won it then.
Yeah, you think the distance? Well, Troy, Donald O'Keefe, way to go, won the 32. I'm looking for where this added up. They were third. Josh Jaster from Macomb, Dakota was third. Brian Jones from Eisenhower was second in the 32. Close race. O'Keefe was 9:42.97. Jones was 9:43.89. So a second, boy, that'd have been a good one to watch. 110 hurdles. Port Huron takes it. Dakota is second.
They must have got a lot of points there.
It's just filling it in the gaps there. I mean, what do we got in the relays? Warren Mott won the 4x1 on the guys. Dakota was second.
Yep.
4x2, Warren Mott won it. Macomb, Dakota was third. 4x4, Chippewa Valley was first. Dakota was nowhere to be found. Oh, they're seventh. Couple points. 4x8, Dakota won it. So
so I think I know where
shot
they won.
put. They won, and Dakota won the shot
Yep.
put. Brandon Ross, 51.05, won it by a landslide. Troy Benjamin Bouya was sixth, 43.09. On the discus, Dakota won it. Brandon Ross, 158.01, PR. Nice, good job for him. And let's see, Troy was ninth, so out of scoring.
It's 8 places. They did not score.
Yep, 9 did not score. So high jump, Troy Athens. Hey, go Cameron Grizoisi. I hope that's right. 6'3" was second. PR for Troy Athens, second place at regionals, and he's headed off to the state meet. Long jump. OAA's shutout. So that's the men. So they mixed it up, man. That's a quiet 119.
Quiet. Yeah, really quiet. Let's go to let's go to Region 7. That was
Yeah, I
at
got them.
Farmington. Oak Park just dominated the field. This one shocked me.
Really? On the men?
No.
Women's side.
Women's side kind of really surprised me.
Why?
Because I thought Seahome would be a little bit more competitive in this one.
75 points for Seahome for third on the women's side.
I mean, but
give it
I
to
picked Oak Park both sides.
Yes, we both did. Oak Park men take the regional title, 107 points. Groves was second, 76. That's a respectable number for Groves.
Farmington was third.
Farmington was third, 72, so a tight battle between 2 and 3. Let's see. Royal Oak was 6th with 48. North Farmington, 8th with 37. Birmingham Seahome men, 9th with 36. So nice. I mean, you got some battles going in there for the top 10.
Yeah.
Berkeley was 8th. West Bloomfield was 10th at 35.
Mm-hmm.
Southfield, distant 11th, 34.
Where have they fallen?
I don't know. It seems like they would be making some noise. Oak Park women, no surprise, 152, a solid 152. But Detroit Renaissance on their heels,
Yeah.
126 and a half.
They were on their heels, and then Seahome was third.
Seahome way distant third, 75. Farmington, 71 and a half. Royal Oak was 6th with 43. Groves, 7th with 33 points. West Bloomfield, 8th, 26. Always thought they would do better than that. North Farmington was 11th with 13 points. And Southfield Arts and Tech women, 4 points for 12. I don't know.
Oak Park was just dominant. You know, it looks like they have a very good runner, and I believe her name's Asia. I don't know her last name.
What event?
I think either in the
Asia Lorenzen.
Lorenzen, yeah.
Yeah, she's the junior, but she's got some competition. Chloe Vines, the freshman.
From where?
Oak Park. Chloe
Really?
Vines,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh,
hey.
boy.
Been looking at her. So 100 meters, Asia Lorenzen was second. You picked that one.
Mm-hmm.
Second in the 100 meters. 200 meters was Chloe Vines. She was second. The ninth grader. Wow. Battle of ninth graders. Kayla Jackson from Renaissance, first in the region in the 200 meters. 24.37. Chloe Vines, also a freshman, was second for Oak Park. But Oak Park goes 2-3. Asia Lorenzen was third. Just 2 100ths away from the freshman. So that was a tight
That's
race.
insane.
Yeah. Oak Park went, it looks like they did not start. So somebody did not start, and somebody got a
Scratched.
spot. She was scratched, so somebody moved into another spot. It was Courtney Kennard, for Oak Park didn't run it. 400 meters, Chloe Vines, Oak Park, the freshman, 54.39.
So we're going to be hearing about Chloe Vines for
Yes,
next 3 years.
that's going to be a lot of fun. Tamara Todd for Oak Park was fourth, 57.22. Man, these are blistering times. China Edwards for Oak Park was seventh, so they're loading up. 800 meters. Jayla Jones, we've seen her in the past. She's a junior. 2:15, nicely done. That's a good time going into states. That's a PR for her for Oak Park. Royal Oak pulls in Marion Dalziel. I hope I'm saying that right. Was fourth. Farmington's Alila Munson was sixth in the 800 meters for Farmington. So Berkeley threw in a couple. Voss and Murray were eighth. So some points in the mile. One we were looking at, seeing what kind of competition's coming out of the mile. Audrey Diadamo.
Dominant in the distance.
Oh,
runs.
yes. She went 4:55.30 for a PR. And then Emma Murray from Berkeley was second at 5:18.13. Did not, 1-2 qualifies.
Right.
And that's it. 2 people out of that region qualified for the mile for the
Right.
women. Which usually they put more into
They
the
put
finals.
more in the final, yeah.
3,200. The Damio, again, from Seaholm was the victor. The sophomore went 10:58.16. Very nice time. Abby Inch from Farmington, no stranger to the state finals, 11:48 in the 3,200 meter. Freshman from Birmingham, Seaholm. The future is bright. Again at Seaholm, they have Haley Dion. I hope I'm saying that right, at 12:01.93. So those are the the top qualifiers. I don't think.
The field events, I know Val Pallet won the disc. And I think shot was
Yes.
close too. She
Oak
won
Park
that.
won the 100 meters.
Yeah.
Went Asia. There's Lorenzen, for the 100-meter hurdles. Now she's a very good hurdler, 14.22. So a lot of OA I'm going to the finals, by the way. So we're gonna check this D1 finals out, and I'm gonna keep an eye on Oak Park because
That's where they get
oh.
their scoring.
they're fantastic. And the 300-meter hurdles, they went 1, 2, 3, and
24 points.
1, 2, 3, and all respectable times. I don't have the qualifying time for the 300-meter hurdles in front of me, but they did a fantastic job. All three may have qualified, all PRs.
My goodness.
I'd say maybe, and 2 of them are freshmen. Morgan Atlas, Eamon Miles.
Oh my goodness.
Were 2, 3 freshmen. They're loaded again, Sam.
They're loaded again.
Oak Park second in the 4x1. West Bloomfield was third. Royal Oak fourth.
They're loaded again.
4x2. Oak Park was
That's
second.
unbelievable.
But give it to Renaissance. They're beating Oak Park in these relays, which you don't see that often. 4x4. Jayla Jones, Tamara Todd, Courtney Kennard, and Chloe Vines. Familiar names. They win the 4x4 in over 10 seconds over Renaissance. So they're going to make some noise on the 4x4 on the state level. And the 4x8, Seaholm gets in at a 9:36, which is pretty good. And Farmington, that's going to be close. 9:44.6 is close to qualifying. I think they're in, but I don't think anybody else out of that regional. For comparison, Region 9 here at Lake Orion, 5 4x8 relays qualified for the state.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Shot put, you're right.
Val
Pallet by 40.01.
And then I think Michaela Rawls from Seaholm was
40 flat.
Goodness.
I mean, that was
1 inch.
Groves went 4.5. Good for them. 36.06 for Gabrielle Black, a freshman. I love seeing these freshmen performing so well. And the discus, Michaela Rawls, Seaholm, 139.03. No contest. She edged out.
She beat Pallet?
Pallet, 136.03.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that an upset?
That's an upset.
Because Val Pallet's been just dominant. Kamari McCarl for Oak Park was third at 117.
My goodness.
Let's say high jump. Oak Park takes it. Very close in the high jump, though. Nobody went over 5 feet. It was 410, so it's a little lower than you expect. Pole vault, Stevenson takes it. Farmington was second. Casey Noseworthy went 8 feet 9.
Goodness.
So not a lot of pole vaulters down there in Region 7. Long jump. Oak Park takes it. Nisha Jordan. Royal Oak Caprice Fields, a freshman, 15.04. That's a respectable distance. North Farmington's Camila Peoples, also a freshman, got third, 16 feet.
A lot of freshmen making impacts.
Yeah, the top, out of the top 5 in the long jump in that region, 3 were freshmen. Way to go. Good young talent coming in, Sam. It's awesome.
That's scary. Oak Park is scary. Both boys and girls.
Yes.
Scary.
What do we say? Reload every year?
Yeah.
They're reloading.
That's pretty much what Coach Giles' team's doing over there.
Their 9th graders are going to score
Goodness.
at the D1 state down at East Kentwood.
And they probably will score at the they'll probably score at the freshman Oakland County meet this week.
Oh wow. I forgot. Is that this week?
That's this weekend.
Wow.
The Oakland County meet is Friday.
Yeah, let's say who won it last year? Did Oak Park win it last year?
Oak Park won it both.
Lake Orion won it the previous year. But
yeah.
Oak Park, man, they're loaded. Unless they're going to hold some of them out because of state meet. Because county, they might run at main counties to go win county again.
They might.
Can't see them running both, but wow. Oak Park, fun to watch.
All right, let's go to Region 9 now. Of course, this is what we covered. We mentioned Lake Orion won the girls' side, and the boys' side was won by Grand Blanc.
Yep,
and,
3 in a row for Grand Blanc men, 107.
Yep.
Lake Orion men, what a great year they had. I want to say they came in second, 81 points. In Clarkson was a distant third at 59.
I was impressed with Clarkson. They did not have a good year, but then they bounced back, have a good showing at the regional.
They had some really, really outstanding individual efforts on the 32, their miler and their 3200 runner. We'll get into that. He was phenomenal. I mean, jaw-dropping good. And he has I think he's seated at.
Oh yeah, the 3200. I remember that when we covered that. We couldn't believe.
No, he was.
He just ran the pack. He ran away from the pack in about.
I gotta get his name. He needs props.
Yeah.
Favaza. I
Favaza,
can't believe I
yeah.
can't remember that. Brandon Favaza.
He ran away with a 32. I couldn't believe it.
He won it in the first
He
200
won it
meters.
in the first 200 meters. It was basically over.
Yeah. And we're going, there's no way he can keep it up. And not only that, but he went faster. And the rest of the field was like, uh-oh. And then
He must have broke us the record.
I'd have to see. I don't know what the track record is. It could be.
He must have.
He was flying.
He must have shared
Was it
it.
9:22, something like
Yeah.
that? I mean, it was just ridiculous. The place was cheering him on, but it was a great individual performance.
I could not believe that one.
Let's see. Oxford was 4th at 59. So we had a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th that was tighter than I haven't seen anything tighter like that in a long time. So Clarkston was 59.83. Oxford was 59. So 0.83, Clarkston takes the 3rd slot.
Goodness.
Adams at 57. And then you have Davidson, Romeo, and Kettering all piled in there with 47 points, 45 points, and 41 points. So this region on the men's side, very competitive.
Very competitive.
Very competitive. Lapeer was new to the
Well, because
the
I
district.
mentioned
They were
that.
13th. They scored 19
I
points.
mentioned Lapeer. Lapeer and Davison were both in mid-Michigan.
Yeah.
And they were brought down here this year.
Yep. And Auburn Hills was new last year, I believe.
Avondale.
Or
Yeah.
Avondale. Yeah, Auburn Hills, Avondale. So they were new last year, but they got on the board. They were 14th. They scored some 12 points. Holly, 0.5. They split 1 point, which is surprising.
They're normally deep.
They usually, I mean, they're usually middle of the pack. On the women's side, what can you say?
Melissa Simons, what back injury?
She is still injured, by the way.
I know she's still hurt.
And Melissa Simons, a senior
She
for
got
Lake
it out.
Orion.
Got it
Not
out.
only did she got it out, but she saved that 4x1. I've seen a lot of races, but I'd say that one, Favaza's performance for Clarkston in the 32, and Simon's anchor leg in that 4x1 is going to go down as one you're going to be talking about
for a
for
long time.
years and years to come. Lake Orion going to that 4x1 relay. They had a decent seed, but they were kind of lagging at the end. 4th coming into the
They were
last.
behind, I know they were behind Davison, and they were behind Grand Blanc.
I thought they were 4th. They could have been 3rd, but it was a healthy 3rd. Not in a good way for Lake Orion
No.
when she got the baton. And she put on a burst of speed in that last 10 meters to get the W.
I remember that. 'Cause I remember
Unbelievable.
you were standing up. Ken McCormick was standing up.
We were
and we were all standing up.
screaming.
I couldn't believe it.
I think we lost. We went fanboy because we lost our composure as announcers and went, oh my word! I mean, it was just
Like, are you serious?
unbelievable. It was fantastic. So we're up against it on the clock here. Grand Blanc was 2nd, very tough team, 84. Clarkston was a distant 3rd at 67. Rochester Adams was 4th at 58. Stony Creek had 45 points for 5th. Davidson was 6th. with
Romeo's
44.
runner in the 3,200 meter. That was shocking.
Romeo.
I didn't expect. I thought Grace Nolan was going to win that contest.
Hey, me too. But hey, sometimes you're feeling it, and she did. Some notable runs. I mean, I think Simons was undefeated on the day, right?
Yeah.
She won all of her events like she did a year ago. Sophie Novak. What can you say? Anchor leg of the 4x8 for Lake Orion. They're qualified. And then she goes and blisters the field in the 1,600 meters. 4:49.17 for a school record as a sophomore. In a battle with Caitlin Rose, that senior. That was a mile for the ages as well. That was a back and forth affair. Caitlin Rose from
Grand Blanc.
Grand Blanc led that one majority of the race
And then Novak
and
took
got
over.
her at the 100-meter mark. Just a big slingshot around that corner to take it. Dalrymple, as a senior, 4:57.51. Heads to the state finals to close out her high school career. Elizabeth Boulat also qualifies at 5:03.6, also a senior for Rochester. Riley Robinson from Waterford Vermont qualifies at 5:04. And Jesse Shamarick from Rochester Stony Creek, 5:09.46. Top 6 milers in this region all qualified for the D1 state finals.
Goodness
6.
gracious.
That is.
But you know who I was happy for? It was a freshman at Waterford Kettering.
Yes, Chloe Wall.
Chloe Wall.
That was fantastic.
To see that celebration on
There's nothing like it, Sam.
Nothing like
Look at it. Gave me goosebumps thinking about it again, because this freshman, 5 feet tall, little thing, bright orange shoes, Waterford Kettering. She's in a field of heavyweights, and she finished third in the region, 11:08.32. There was no clock on display, so the kids didn't know really where they were when they crossed that finish line, which I think they got to remedy that. I mean, this is a big enough meet.
Yes.
She hit that finish line, and you're like, what's going on? Because I think 11:09 is qualifying.
Yeah, I
so
think
she
so.
just got on there by 7/10. And the reaction, just overwhelming joy, jumping into her coach's arms, her teammates mobbing her. It was fantastic. That's why I love track.
That's the beauty of track and field.
That's why I love track.
That's the beauty of track and field.
Absolutely. Any other things from Lake Orion? You have any?
Well,
Grand Blanc, man. They
Blanc's
look
dominant.
great.
They're good. They've always been good for years. They've been very, very good.
I mean, they have a chance to
They could do
score
some
a ton of
damage
points.
in the state meet.
Yeah.
But I still think the favorite's Oak Park.
Yeah, and there's
I
also West Side teams that we haven't even talked about
East
that are
Kentwood
going to
we
throw.
haven't talked about yet.
Correct.
East
Especially on
Kentwood.
the women's
Oh,
side.
my
Boy,
goodness.
they're loaded.
They're loaded. My goodness.
But yeah, it was a fun night. We're gonna get that meet down, edited down. It had some technical problems, but it's 6 hours of live TV. We streamed that out to the world,
Beautiful.
and it'll be on, and you can tune it into ONTV. Probably have it up on YouTube in a couple days. I like to break it up in different pieces so you can see different events. So, but it was great. Thanks for sitting in, Sam. Appreciate it. That was a good time.
That was a really good time.
I'm still trying to recover. I'm so tired.
Me too. We got if you want to look at my girls soccer preview and the lacrosse previews, they're on my blog at sammy@blogspot.com. I have insight projection heading into those.
Any quick ones? Teaser real quick.
My teaser of the week real quick. Not really.
No predictions? Okay, we'll take we got it.
Wait. Yeah, you can take a look at the blog. I still think the favorites in the in soccer and the girls' side is Novi, but I think Novi could get upset. Watch for Novi to get upset, even though they're number one in the nation. Yeah, I think Novi could be an upset alert in the later rounds. So we'll see what happens going forward.
That is a good teaser.
Yep. All righty. I'm signing off here. Wish everybody best of luck this week in state tournaments. Wish everybody
Counties are this
Counties are track and field this weekend. State tournaments are underway for lacrosse and girls soccer.
Yep.
So baseball, softball after Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day, everybody, and we'll see you all next week. Take care, everybody.
Yep. The show is produced by Sammy Terry. The views on this show are his and his alone. Today, partly mine, too. If you want to make your own podcast, give us a call at 248-393-1060. We'll see you next week. See ya!